Helluva Boss just dropped the first part of its season finale, and I've been wondering where the hell is episode 8 going to go from here. Initially, I thought that the final conflict of the season would involve Dorks or Cherub, but with the way the first part went, the final conflict is most likely going to be more closely linked to Blitz's personal issues. And then it hit me. Of course, the final antagonist of the season is going to be Striker. Before I get into why I'm fully convinced that Blitz will abandon Imp and betray Stolas, please subscribe. It ensures you don't miss out on future Helluva content, and stops my channel from getting killed by the algorithm. Most people don't, so it's really appreciated. Also, my socials are in the description.
I'll wear something nice, it's a big deal after all.
So first of all, here's what had me thinking about Striker. In episode 6, various figures from Blitz's life appear in his hallucination, each one representing an aspect of Blitz's insecurity. Stolas represented his fear of loving people, Veronica represented his resentment for pushing the people he loves away, and Fizz represented his disappointment over being a failure. Each of those characters show up in episode 7, but there's still one missing. Of course, that's Striker. Now, which insecurity did he represent again? Well, Blitz says,
I can do this shit on my own so easily.
To which Striker says,
But you don't want to do things alone, Blitzo.
Basically, Striker represents his desire not to be alone. This is interesting because at the end of episode 7, Blitz has never felt more alone. He feels Moxxie and Millie don't need him because they already have each other. He feels Loona doesn't need him because she has Tex. The people who used to be closest to him have just reaffirmed their hatred for him. He thinks his crush is using him for sex, and he seems to no longer have his family around either. Oh, and let's not forget about those photos on the wall. Why would he scribble himself out of them? I believe that he feels like he's tainting these photos because he doesn't feel worthy of being in a photo with his friends. In a broader sense, he feels like he doesn't deserve to be in their lives. So now Blitz is truly alone, and he's absolutely desperate for someone to want him around. In fact, I believe he'll take absolutely any opportunity to not feel alone. That's where Striker comes in. In episode 5, Striker offers Blitzy a partnership. He says that Blitz is superior to other imps, and that he's above sucking Goetic dick and working for sinners. He offers to partner up with him and together
kill the unkillable.
While Blitz doesn't truly believe that he's superior to others, he certainly wants to feel that way, and he found those words utterly empowering. These words make him feel good about himself, and they make him feel wanted. Something that no one in his life is doing for him right now. That's why this offer is so seductive to him, and that's why he's still thinking about Striker in episode 6. Alright, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Saying he'd join Striker is one thing, but would he truly leave Imp, the company he's built himself, and the friends that he considers to be his family? Before the last episode, I might have said no. While he may treat Moxxie like shit, episode 6 proved that he truly does care about him. However, after the last episode, I absolutely think he'd leave. Now, I don't believe he'd leave because he doesn't care about his friends. On the contrary, I think he'd leave because he does care about them. Again, him scribbling his face out of those photos of his loved ones most likely implies that Blitz doesn't feel worthy of being in the lives of the people he loves. So when it comes to leaving, in his eyes, he'd be doing everybody a favour. Not to mention, running away would mean that he gets to avoid the thing he fears the most, their rejection. Would Striker even come back for Blitz though? No doubt. Striker knows how Stolas feels about Blitz. If he didn't before, he certainly does now with the word getting out that they were on a date at OZZIE'S. Striker has every reason to remember how Blitz was seduced last time, and try yet again to manipulate him in order to get closer to Stolas. I even think Blitz will agree to help take down Stolas. However, the important word is agree. I don't necessarily think he'll go through with it all the way. In my opinion, it makes a ton of sense for Stolas' life to be put in danger in the final episode. Not only was it the entire plot of episode 5, it was foreshadowed all the way back in episode 2.
We're rich and we're hot. People want our money and our bodies.
Stolas' assassination has had a season-wide build-up, unlike these storylines involving Dorks and Cherub. While I certainly think we'll be seeing them again, I think there'd have been more of a build-up earlier on if they were going to be the endgame antagonists of the season. This would both be relevant to Blitz's current arc, as well as give us action fitting for a finale. I certainly don't think Blitz wants to kill Stolas deep down, and I don't think he'll go through with it when it counts. However, there are reasons why I believe that initially he'll both think that it is what he wants, and that he can. The real Blitz is a highly vulnerable imp who's deathly afraid of being hurt by others and hates hurting others. However, there's also the facade that Blitz puts up in order to deal with his vulnerability. This is the egotistical, rude and cruel jackass that we usually see. This side of him treats others like shit in order to push them away and avoid being hurt, and who treats others as inferior to feel better about himself.
Does immaturely insulting me make you feel better about your sad, single life?
It actually does.
With Blitz hurting as much as he is in episode 7, his mental state is going to be worse than ever. In other words, his douchebag facade will be more toxic than it ever has been. And with the way he resents him over his belief that he's only using him for sex and doesn't want anything else, coupled with his confusing feelings towards him, Stolas is the perfect candidate for Blitzy to take out the full brunt of his toxicity on. Let's also keep in mind that he really won't want to let Striker down. He's already let everyone else in his life down, and they've all left him. He can't afford to lose Striker as well, so he'll do anything it takes, at least initially. However, I believe that after getting closer to Stolas, he'll find out that he isn't using him for sex after all. Inevitably, I even think he'll end up saving him after realizing this. Like the video to support the channel, subscribe for more Helluva Boss theories, and comment with your thoughts down below. Again, socials are in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.